If you don't watch this entire video, you might be facing a silent threat to your independence without even knowing it. Picture this. You're getting out of your favorite armchair, and suddenly your legs feel like they're made of jelly. Or maybe you're climbing the stairs to your bedroom, and halfway up, you're gripping the handrail, wondering if you'll make it to the top. Perhaps you've noticed that simple tasks like carrying groceries or getting up from the toilet have become challenging. These aren't just normal signs of aging. They're warning bells. Every 11 seconds in America, an older adult is treated in an emergency room for a fall-related injury. Every 19 minutes, someone's grandparent, someone's beloved spouse, doesn't make it home from the hospital. The leading cause? Muscle weakness that could have been prevented. But here's what most doctors won't tell you, and what the medical establishment doesn't want you to know. There's one simple nutrient, something you can find in any grocery store, that can completely transform your strength, your balance, and your confidence. I'm not talking about expensive supplements or complicated exercise routines. I'm talking about something so ordinary, so accessible, that you'll wonder why no one ever told you about its incredible power to rebuild your body from the inside out. My name is Sarah, and 3 months ago, I watched my 73-year-old father struggle to stand up from his dining room chair. Today, he's back to working in his garden, carrying his own groceries, and living the independent life he thought he'd lost forever. What changed everything wasn't a miracle drug or an expensive treatment. It was understanding how one crucial nutrient works, like a master key, to unlock your body's natural ability to rebuild muscle, regain strength, and restore the confidence that comes with feeling strong in your own body again. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share with you isn't just information. It's a lifeline, a path back to the person you remember being, a way to reclaim not just your physical strength, but your peace of mind, your dignity, and your independence. The secret lies in understanding what's really happening inside your body, and how one simple change to what you eat can reverse years of gradual decline. Keep watching, because your future self will thank you for these next few minutes of your time. Understanding the silent thief. Let me explain what's been quietly stealing your strength, often for years, without you even realizing it. There's a condition called sarcopenia. Think of it as the silent thief of aging. Starting around age 30, we begin losing muscle mass. But after 65, this loss accelerates dramatically. You might be losing up to 8% of your muscle mass every decade. That's why activities that used to feel effortless now leave you breathless and shaky. But here's the part that might surprise you. This isn't inevitable. Your body is incredibly resilient, even at 65, 75, or 85. It's constantly breaking down old muscle fibers and building new ones. The problem is, most of us aren't giving our bodies the right building blocks to create strong, healthy muscle. Think of your muscles like a house that's constantly being renovated. If you don't have enough quality building materials, the construction crew can't do their job properly. The house starts to weaken, walls become unstable, and eventually, the whole structure becomes unsafe. Your muscles work the same way. They need specific nutrients to maintain their strength and function. Without these nutrients, they gradually waste away, leaving you feeling weak, unsteady, and vulnerable. The good news? Once you understand what your muscles truly need, you can start giving them the right fuel. And when you do, something remarkable happens. Your body remembers how to be strong. Your muscles remember how to work together. Your confidence returns as you feel solid and stable on your feet again. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about giving your body what it's been desperately asking for. It's about working with your natural biology, not against it. And the solution is simpler than you might imagine. It starts with understanding one fundamental truth about how your body builds and maintains muscle, especially as we age. Robert's transformation story. Let me tell you about Robert, a 71-year-old retired mechanic from Phoenix, Arizona. 3 months ago, Robert's wife called me, worried sick about her husband. "Sarah," she said, her voice trembling. "Robert fell again yesterday. That's 3 times this month. He's too proud to use his walker, but I'm terrified he's going to seriously hurt himself. He won't admit it, but I can see the fear in his eyes every time he tries to stand up." Robert had always been the strong one in his family. For 45 years, he'd worked with his hands, fixed engines, and prided himself on his physical capability. But over the past 2 years, he'd watched his body betray him. His legs felt weak and unreliable. His arms couldn't lift what they used to. Simple tasks like getting dressed or taking a shower had become exhausting ordeals. "I felt like I was disappearing," Robert told me later. "Every day, I was a little less of the man I used to be." Robert's doctor had told him this was normal aging and prescribed physical therapy. But after months of exercises that left him more frustrated than stronger, Robert was ready to give up on ever feeling capable again. That's when I introduced Robert to the power of complete protein, specifically the incredible muscle-building potential of legumes like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. Now I know what you're thinking. Beans? Really? But here's what most people don't understand. Legumes contain all the essential amino acids your muscles need to rebuild themselves. Plus, they're packed with the specific nutrients that combat sarcopenia. Robert started with just half a cup of lentils added to his lunch soup. Within 2 weeks, he noticed something different. "I wasn't as tired in the afternoons," he said, "and getting up from my chair didn't feel like such a production." By week 4, Robert was walking to the mailbox without holding onto furniture or walls. By week 8, he was back in his workshop, tinkering with small projects. And 3 months later, Robert was helping his neighbor move furniture. "The difference isn't just physical," Robert's wife told me recently. "He's got his confidence back. He's sleeping better, his mood is brighter, and he's not afraid of his own body anymore." The science behind Robert's transformation is fascinating. Legumes provide leucine, an amino acid that literally triggers muscle protein synthesis. They're also rich in magnesium, which helps muscles contract and relax properly, reducing those painful cramps that many seniors experience. But perhaps most importantly, legumes provide sustained energy that doesn't spike your blood sugar, giving your muscles steady fuel throughout the day. Robert now eats some form of legumes every single day. Sometimes it's hummus on whole grain toast for breakfast. Sometimes it's a hearty white bean soup for dinner. It's not a diet, he says. It's just eating smarter. If Robert could go from barely managing daily activities to feeling strong and confident again, imagine what's possible for you. The science of muscle recovery. Now let me share with you the fascinating science behind why this works so beautifully for people over 65. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using the protein we eat. This is called anabolic resistance. Essentially, your muscles become pickier about the protein they'll accept and use for building and repair. But legumes contain something special, a complete amino acid profile that your aging muscles can actually recognize and utilize effectively. Unlike many plant proteins that are missing key amino acids, properly combined legumes give your body everything it needs to start rebuilding. Here's the beautiful part. When you consistently provide your muscles with high-quality, complete protein, they begin to respond within days. Your muscle protein synthesis, the process of building new muscle fibers, increases dramatically. The magnesium in legumes works like a gentle muscle relaxant, reducing the cramping and stiffness that makes movement painful. Meanwhile, the B vitamins support your nervous system, improving the communication between your brain and your muscles. Think of it as tuning up an old car. When all the systems start working in harmony again, the whole vehicle runs smoother, stronger, and more reliably. But there's another crucial element. Legumes provide sustained energy without the blood sugar spikes that can actually break down muscle tissue. Many seniors unknowingly sabotage their muscle health by eating too many simple carbohydrates and not enough quality protein. The fiber in legumes also supports gut health, which is intimately connected to muscle health. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, which means your muscles get more of the building blocks they need. To maximize the benefits, try soaking dried legumes overnight with a pinch of baking soda. This breaks down compounds that can cause digestive discomfort and makes the nutrients more bioavailable. Start with small amounts, maybe a quarter cup added to soups or salads, and gradually increase as your body adjusts. The key is consistency, not quantity. Your muscles need a steady supply of these nutrients to maintain their rebuilding momentum. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body a little more of what it's been missing, consistently, day after day. Small changes, sustained over time, create remarkable transformations. Margaret's victory over weakness. Let me introduce you to Margaret, a 68-year-old former teacher from Denver, who discovered something that changed everything about how she moves through her day. Margaret had always been active. She taught elementary school for 35 years, spending her days on her feet, chasing after kids, climbing stairs between classes. But retirement brought an unexpected challenge. Her body seemed to be shutting down. "I'd wake up in the morning and feel like I'd been hit by a truck," Margaret told me. "My legs were heavy, my joints ached, and by afternoon, I was exhausted from just doing basic household tasks." Margaret's daughter was worried. Mom had stopped going to her book club, stopped tending her beloved garden, and barely had energy for their weekly phone calls. The vibrant, energetic woman who had raised 3 kids and influenced hundreds of students was fading away. That's when Margaret discovered the power of chickpeas, what she now calls her energy beans. "I started simple," Margaret explains. "I'd make a big batch of hummus on Sunday and eat a little bit with vegetables every day. I also started adding chickpeas to my salads and soups. The transformation didn't happen overnight, but it was steady and undeniable. After about 3 weeks, I realized I was getting through my days without that terrible afternoon crash," Margaret said. "I had energy I hadn't felt in years." Chickpeas are particularly powerful for seniors because they're packed with folate and vitamin B6, nutrients that many older adults are deficient in. These vitamins play crucial roles in energy production and muscle function. But the real magic happened when Margaret started making what she calls her strength smoothies, blending cooked chickpeas with fruits and yogurt for a protein-packed breakfast that kept her energized for hours. 6 months later, I'm back in my garden, Margaret beams. I'm volunteering at the library, and last week, I helped my neighbor move some furniture. I feel like myself again. The science supports Margaret's experience. Chickpeas provide slow-releasing carbohydrates that fuel your muscles without causing energy crashes. They're also rich in iron, which helps transport oxygen to your muscles, reducing fatigue. Margaret's favorite recipe is simple: roasted chickpeas with olive oil and herbs as a crunchy snack. It's better than any energy bar, she says, and so much cheaper than all those supplements I was buying. The key to Margaret's success wasn't just the chickpeas themselves, it was the consistency. I eat them almost every day now, she says. Not because I have to, but because I love how they make me feel. Margaret's story proves that reclaiming your energy and strength doesn't require dramatic changes. Sometimes it's as simple as adding one powerful food to your daily routine. The daily energy connection. The beautiful thing about legumes is how they work with your body's natural rhythms to provide steady, reliable energy throughout the day. Many seniors experience what doctors call energy valleys. Those periods in mid-morning or mid-afternoon where you suddenly feel drained and need to sit down. This usually happens because of blood sugar fluctuations that are common as we age. Legumes solve this problem elegantly. Their unique combination of protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates releases energy slowly and steadily, like a gentle stream rather than a rushing river. This means fewer energy crashes and more consistent vitality throughout your day. The protein in legumes also has a special relationship with sleep quality. When you eat protein-rich legumes earlier in the day, your body produces serotonin, which later converts to melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. Better sleep means better muscle recovery, which means feeling stronger the next day. For the best results, try to include some form of legumes in your morning meal. This could be as simple as adding white beans to your scrambled eggs, or enjoying a piece of whole grain toast with hummus. This early protein boost helps stabilize your energy for the entire day. Many seniors worry about digestion when it comes to beans and legumes. Here's a gentle approach. Start with smaller amounts and choose easier to digest options like lentils or split peas. You can also try canned legumes that have been pre-cooked and are often gentler on the digestive system. The key is finding what works for your body and your lifestyle. Some people love adding lentils to their morning oatmeal. Others prefer chickpea flour in their pancakes. Some enjoy a simple white bean soup for lunch. The goal isn't to revolutionize your entire diet overnight. It's to find small, sustainable ways to give your muscles the consistent fuel they crave. Think of it as building a new habit, one meal at a time. Your body will begin to anticipate and appreciate this steady source of high-quality nutrition, and you'll start to feel the difference in your energy, your strength, and your overall sense of well-being. Frank's journey back to independence. Frank's story might be the most powerful transformation I've witnessed. At 76, this retired firefighter from Chicago had resigned himself to what he thought was inevitable decline. "I spent 30 years running into burning buildings," Frank told me, "but I couldn't make it up one flight of stairs in my own house without getting winded." Frank's wife had passed away 2 years earlier, and he was struggling to maintain their home alone. Simple tasks, like carrying laundry up from the basement or reaching items on high shelves, had become impossible. His adult children were gently suggesting it might be time to consider assisted living. "I felt like I was letting everyone down," Frank admitted. "But mostly, I felt like I was letting myself down. I'd always been the guy people called when they needed help. Now I was the one who needed help with everything." Frank's turning point came when his granddaughter, a nutrition student, introduced him to the power of black beans. "She made me this simple black bean and rice bowl," Frank remembers. "She said it had everything my muscles needed to start rebuilding." Frank was skeptical, but desperate enough to try anything. He started with just one black bean and brown rice meal per week, gradually increasing as he noticed subtle changes. "The first thing I noticed wasn't strength," Frank explains. "It was that I wasn't getting those terrible leg cramps at night anymore. I'd been waking up 2 or 3 times a night with cramps so bad, I'd have to get up and walk around." Black beans are particularly rich in potassium and magnesium, minerals that are crucial for proper muscle function and preventing cramps. They're also loaded with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in aging muscles. Within 6 weeks, Frank was carrying his own groceries. Within 3 months, he was back to doing yard work. "Last weekend, I helped my son install a new ceiling fan," Frank said proudly. "I held it up while he wired it, something I couldn't have dreamed of doing 6 months ago." Frank's favorite meal is now what he calls his firefighter fuel. Black beans, slow-cooked with onions, peppers, and spices, served over brown rice with a dollop of Greek yogurt. "It's not about being 30 again," Frank reflects. "It's about being the best version of 76 I can be. I'm independent, I'm useful, and I'm not afraid of tomorrow." Frank's children have stopped talking about assisted living. Instead, they're asking for his black bean recipe, the foundation of lasting strength. What Frank, Margaret, and Robert discovered is something that sports nutritionists have known for years. Consistent protein intake is the foundation of muscle health at any age, but it becomes absolutely critical after 65. Here's what happens in your body when you regularly eat high-quality protein from legumes. Your muscle protein synthesis increases, inflammation decreases, and your body begins to efficiently repair and build muscle tissue again. The anti-inflammatory compounds in legumes are particularly important for seniors. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of muscle loss as we age. When you reduce inflammation, you're removing one of the major obstacles to maintaining and building strength. Legumes also support bone health through their rich mineral content. Strong bones provide the framework for strong muscles. They work together as a team. The calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus in legumes help maintain bone density while supporting muscle function. For optimal absorption, pair your legumes with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, tomatoes, or citrus fruits. This combination enhances iron absorption and supports collagen production, which is essential for healthy connective tissue. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and sustainability. You're not counting calories or measuring portions obsessively. You're simply adding one powerful food group to your regular meals in ways that taste good and feel natural. Many seniors worry about the expense of eating healthier, but legumes are incredibly economical. A bag of dried beans or lentils costs less than a single serving at most restaurants and provides multiple meals' worth of high-quality protein. Storage is simple too. Dried legumes keep for years in a cool, dry place. Canned options are convenient and nutritious. Frozen legumes retain their nutritional value and cook quickly. The most important thing is consistency. Your muscles respond to regular, reliable nutrition much better than sporadic, perfect meals. Small amounts daily beat large amounts occasionally. The energy revolution. What these stories reveal is something profound. When you give your body the right fuel consistently, it responds with renewed vitality that touches every aspect of your life. The energy boost from legumes isn't like caffeine or sugar. It's sustained, gentle, and builds over time. This is because legumes provide what nutritionists call slow-burning fuel, complex carbohydrates that release energy gradually, preventing the spikes and crashes that leave many seniors feeling exhausted. But the energy benefits go beyond just feeling less tired. When your muscles have consistent fuel, they work more efficiently. This means less effort required for daily activities, which means you have more energy left over for the things you enjoy. Many seniors tell me they've regained enthusiasm for hobbies they'd abandoned, renewed interest in social activities, and a general sense of optimism about their future. This isn't just physical. It's emotional and psychological too. The B vitamins in legumes support brain function and mood regulation. The steady blood sugar control helps prevent the irritability and mental fog that can come with energy fluctuations. The protein supports neurotransmitter production, which affects everything from sleep quality to emotional well-being. Here's a simple way to start. Choose one meal each day where you'll include legumes. Maybe it's lentils in your morning smoothie, chickpeas in your lunch salad, or white beans in your evening soup. Start with small amounts and gradually increase as your body adapts. Don't worry about being perfect. If you miss a day, just get back to it the next day. If you don't like one type of legume, try another. There are dozens of varieties, each with its own flavor and texture profile. Some people prefer the convenience of canned legumes, while others enjoy cooking dried beans from scratch. Some like them smooth in hummus or soups, while others prefer the texture of whole beans in salads or stews. The key is finding what works for your taste preferences, your cooking style, and your daily routine. When healthy eating feels natural and enjoyable, it becomes sustainable. Your body is remarkably forgiving and responsive. Give it what it needs consistently, and it will reward you with renewed strength, energy, and confidence. As we wrap up this journey together, I want you to remember something important. The stories you've heard today aren't exceptional cases or lucky accidents. They're examples of what becomes possible when you work with your body's natural healing and rebuilding capacity. Robert, Margaret, and Frank didn't have access to special treatments or expensive interventions. They simply gave their bodies one thing that had been missing: consistent, high-quality protein from legumes, along with all the supporting nutrients that come packaged with it. Your transformation can start with your very next meal. It could be as simple as adding a handful of chickpeas to your salad, stirring some lentils into your soup, or spreading hummus on your afternoon snack. The power isn't in perfection. It's in consistency. It's in making one small choice, again and again, until that choice becomes a natural part of your routine. Your muscles are waiting for this nutrition. Your body remembers how to be strong, how to be energetic, how to be resilient. It just needs the right building blocks to begin the rebuilding process. Don't wait for next Monday or next month to begin. Don't wait until you have the perfect meal plan or the ideal setup. Start where you are, with what you have, today. If this video has given you hope, please share it with someone you care about who might be struggling with weakness, fatigue, or fear about their physical future. Together, we can help more seniors discover that aging doesn't have to mean becoming frail. Subscribe to this channel for more practical, science-based strategies for healthy aging. Leave a comment and let me know which legume you're going to try first. Your journey back to strength and independence starts now. Remember, you're not too old, it's not too late, and you're absolutely worth the effort. Your best days can still be ahead of you.